Yeah, you don't have to see it, but it's my life and I'll kill you.
Yeah, but I'm
No,
not
I
gonna
will
do it.
if you don't show me right now. I will you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now. Pull it up. If you have it, pull that up. Because if not, I'm gonna you and then he's gonna you again. So just do it. Pull that up right now. You got that? Pull that up. I'm going to you. You don't understand. I don't give a. I've never anybody in my life, but I will. I will you because you're with me. You're with me in my life right now.
Sorry for the loud beeps. Everybody hit the thumbs up button as y'all come in. Tap the screen as y'all come in. Whatever y'all are on, hit the thumbs up button. Tap the screen. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Tell me where you are from. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at.
Now, if I saw a video of you doing anything that you didn't want people to see, I would show you the video so you could tell me what the happened. You're playing games with me, telling me you saw some. Now you're saying you didn't see some. You're with me. I'm going to you up. I don't think you understand. And it's not going to be my hands, and it's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. So you have to tell me.
Someone else is going to do it. I wonder who that someone else. So today we're about to talk about how virtually every witness that has taken a stand that has immunity, which means they are a co-conspirator to what Diddy is charged for, because we're talking about the Diddy case, they all stood tall for Diddy. All of them. Jane Doe, Cassie, and now we're going to talk about Brendan Paul. Brendan Paul has taken a stand today. It's the 20th. And guess what? To a certain degree, he literally said Diddy is innocent. This is crazy. So, like I said, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Who is in here? Drop your city in the chat and drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. What's up, Rudy? What's up, Dion? What's up, Shantae? What's up, Lise? What's going on, William?
Right now, and I'm recording this whole shit. FYI, tell me what.
It's so cute. Her little fist, like she about to punch somebody. Tell me what, like, ma'am, sit down somewhere. But this is Cassie, y'all. This is the victim, y'all. And we're talking about Brandon Paul and not Cassie. But I'm making a correlation that everybody who stayed around with Diddy were getting their rent paid. They were like living a life. They were flying around on private jets. I want y'all to think about this. Forget about getting your rent paid. Imagine flying on private jets everywhere you go. That alone would have you like, okay, this really ain't that bad until you get used to it and get tired of it. But I want y'all to think about that. And when you get hooked on, the DRUG, you are now an addict. And when you're an addict, you don't want to leave, because if you leave, you're not going to have access to the stuff, the pink this and the this and the that, or whatever that Diddy is, offering you. Where you going to get it from? So a lot of these people were co-conspirators on purpose because they wanted what Diddy had to offer. Everybody hit a like button. Everybody hit a like button. Everybody hit a like button. Everybody hit a like button.
The you're talking about, because this is not cool. We're not playing. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Like, you saw some. Yes, you're my brother. Be my brother and tell me what you saw.
Wait, be my brother, but I will blank you, and then Diddy is going to come right behind me and then blank you again. I didn't know you can die 2 times, but after saying all of that, I'm gonna cut you and put you in my freezer, all this other stuff, and then you're my brother. I'm just giving y'all an understanding of the psychological nature of Cassie, the psychological nature of this person that said they were a victim of Diddy.
You're gonna be able to find it?
All right, so let's get here.
Trial, and they are back with his former personal assistant and alleged substance mule, Brendan Paul. Brendan, who was once a college basketball player for Syracuse, said he was recruited by Diddy's team in late 2022. His job ended March 25th, 2024, when he was arrested at the Miami airport about to head on family vacation with Diddy when he was found in possession of snow. Snow was found in his bag, which he uses for his personal assistant's duties, and he said he put it in there when he was sweeping Diddy's room and organizing it and forgot that it was in his bag. Talking about getting hired, he said he was told that he had to get in, get out. If you have a girlfriend, break up with her. You're never going to see your family. In terms of his job, he said it was related to fitness, food prep, workout planning, and that kind of stuff. He quickly realized what it meant to not see family ever again because he was on call 24/7. He had to meet every demand and make sure he made Diddy happy no matter what. When he first started, he worked out of the LA home and said he mostly took orders from other assistants. Daily tasks were split: travel logistics, packing, workouts, meals, music-related errands, and of course, handling substances. Part of that was packing Mary J joints in the garage. Starting salary was $75K, but by the time it was January of 2024, it got bumped up to $100K. Said he mostly stayed in an Airbnb in LA and Miami, and when asked where did KK stay, he said she had an apartment about 4 minutes from Diddy's LA home. In terms of how many hours he worked, he said 80 to 100 hours a week, and that was over a 4 to 6 day period. In terms of traveling, he said he's been on Diddy's private jet about 3 to 4 times, but usually he would travel ahead to make sure Diddy's rooms were set up. In terms of the longest stretch he's ever stayed up, he said it was during Diddy's New York album release, and he stayed up for almost 3 days. He did say he was young and that's why he was able to stay up, but when he needed it, he would take Addy as well as sometimes Snow. He admitted that during his time working for Diddy, he would occasionally do Mary J. In terms of getting fired, he said it happened multiple times and usually on impulse. Like one time, Diddy went on a walk and he forgot to bring Diddy's Lululemon fanny pack. He tells him, "I don't want to see your face ever again. Let KK know you're fired." And then said KK pulled him aside and said, "Keep a low profile, it'll blow over." And he said eventually it did. He asked if he took it to HR.
What's up, Kanal? Let me know if you want to come up and I'll bring you up if you have an opinion on this.
He said no, that wasn't really a thing. If you had a complaint, you'd have to go to Diddy or KK. Asked if he ever had to buy substances for Diddy. He said yes, thousands of dollars worth, including Mary J, Snow, Pink Snow, X, and K. Asked who.
So, unalived Monroe, that's a little morbid. Shout out to unalived Monroe. Do you think they have established the RICO yet? Yes. They have established everything. They have established every single thing that they look to establish. But there's a problem though, and we're going to talk about that. Let me know if y'all want to talk about that or y'all want the video to keep running and then I'll talk about that like after the videos run. So let me know what y'all want. Y'all want me to stop the video and like explain what has been established and what has not been established, or do y'all want me to let the video run? Let me know in the chat. And tap the screen on TikTok. Everybody on TikTok, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. All right, Lulu says talk. Come on, y'all. Y'all want me to talk or y'all want me to let the videos run? Comment. Come on. Yes. All right. So everybody says stop the video. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure that y'all are getting what y'all want. Okay, so do you think they have established RICO? The answer is yes. Is Diddy guilty? The answer is yes. The problem with all of this is none of that matters if the jury says not guilty. See, virtually everything that I've seen thus far has did two things: proven that Diddy is guilty of all of these charges, but from a human standpoint, because the jurors are just people, normal everyday people, and they're looking at all this information and they're like, yo, is this a jailable offense? Can I write guilty down for all the things that I've witnessed thus far? Even the abuse part, I'm going to throw that part in, because a lot of us grew up or have watched plenty TV shows or movies of a man bow, 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 a woman, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever experienced or witnessed a woman getting by her boyfriend. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever experienced it or witnessed or heard about or watched on TV a man bow, 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 a woman or his girlfriend. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen, witnessed, watched, or heard about somebody getting boo-bopped by their boyfriend. All of us, right? So guess what? We're desensitized when we hear a man boo-bopping his girlfriend. What the hell? Your live is not in search results because it contains... What in the... Yo, TikTok gets on my goddamn nerves, bro. Hold on, y'all. God damn. TikTok is annoying. Okay, so we've all seen these different things transpire on TV, in person, in our family, and all that, right? What that says is it's to a certain degree, and I don't want to use the word normal, but it's normalized. It's not anything that's crazy or shocking. And that's the problem. Are you going to put a man in prison for something that your uncle did, that your daddy did, that your mama boyfriend did, that you did, or you as a woman did to your boyfriend? The answer is no. So from a human standpoint, from a jury standpoint, they're desensitized to the abuse part. And because of that human aspect, I don't think the jury is going to turn around and look at all this evidence and say, guilty, life in prison, get him out of here. Because I want to show y'all what Brandon Paul has said thus far. And there's a lot of different things that Brandon Paul said, and we won't break that down. But I'm going to give you an understanding of what has transpired that stuck out in my mind thus far. The prosecution asked, did you, to Brandon Paul, and Brandon Paul is the Mule, the white boy that got caught trafficking stuff from one city to another. And right now, as we speak, he has immunity. So he can say, yeah, I did it. He can say I did whatever, and he's not going to go to jail. So he has immunity. So there's no fear of him going to prison for anything he says. He can say whatever he wants to say, right? So the prosecution asked, and I want y'all to think about this. Did you ever see Jane Doe not willing to be not a willing participant in whatever Diddy wanted her to do? Brandon Paul said, no, she was down for whatever he was down for. Prosecution then asked, did you ever see anything illegal happen? Period. Brandon Paul said, nope. And everybody hit a like button. Everybody hit a thumbs up button. Everybody hit the thumbs up button. Everybody hit the thumbs up button. Everybody hit the thumbs up button. Come on, y'all. Take a second and hit the thumbs up button. All right. Did you think Mr. Combs is running a criminal enterprise? No. Brandon Paul says no. Then they said, do you think you, Brandon Paul, did anything illegal? No. Then they say, do you think Sean Diddy Combs is a criminal? Brandon Paul says no. Do y'all see what's going on here? If the criminals that are supposed to testify against Diddy, you already know If I get caught and me and you do a crime and they catch me, I'm snitching, right? Especially when I get immunity. So I can literally snitch and not get immunity. I mean, and not go to jail. And guess what? I don't. So why is Brandon Paul taking a stand and saying nope, 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 nope? Because in his mind, he didn't do nothing wrong. So Brandon Paul didn't think he did anything wrong. The jury is going to think he didn't do anything wrong. And let me know if I'm wrong. Did you ever see Jane Doe do anything that she didn't want to do? No. Did you see anything illegal happen? No. Is Sean Combs running a criminal enterprise? No. Did you ever see Sean Combs do anything illegal? No. Do you think you did anything illegal? No. Do you think Mr. Combs is a criminal? No. Do you think you are considered a DURG mule? No. Why? Tell me what a DUR mule is. Brandon Paul says someone that traffics kilos with the intention to sell and distribute. Diddy wasn't selling anything. He was clearly using these things for personal use and freak-offs. He was just supplying his own party. What do you think the jury is going to be thinking? They're just people. They're like, oh, he has a point. That's what the jury is going to say. He has a point. I can understand that. Because the thing about it is, if it has gotten proven, keyword proven, because the prosecution can go up there and say whatever they want to say, lead the witness in any kind of way they want to. They haven't been able to lead anybody to saying, like Cassie. I just played what Cassie was doing. Cassie is not a credible witness.
In the dirt right now. Pull it up. If you have it, pull that up. Because if not, I'm going to...
This is Cassie. If we hear this, you don't think the jury heard this probably 2 weeks ago? And they like, oh, so she was a super gremlin just like Diddy.
And then he's going to you again. So just do it. Pull that up right now. You got that pull that up. I'm going to you. You don't understand. I don't give a I've never...
Even punching her right. I'm going to blank you. So she isn't a credible witness. So, and then at the same time, even if she was, or whether your perception of her was credible, she didn't say nothing. She didn't say a word against Diddy. She said, I love Diddy. I still love Diddy. I don't want him to go to prison. He was this, he was that. Yes, he did this to me. Yes, he did that to me. But that is not what he's on trial for. So, yes, Cassie is the least credible of them all.
In my life, but I will you because you're with me. You're with me in my life right now. If I saw a video of you, kill you.
Yeah, but
no, I will if you don't show me right now. I will you.
Y'all see what I'm saying? And you don't think the jury heard this? We're just social media. We're just random people on social media. So the thing about it is, that's Cassie. Brandon Paul went up there and said, nope, 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 and nope. And then what did Jane Doe go up there and say? Jane Doe went up there and said, I needed the money. He was paying my rent. He even paid my lawyer fees for me to be here. He still pays my rent to this day. He signed me on a love contract, which means I was a contractor. When you sign somebody on a contract, and regardless of what y'all are doing, you are now an independent contractor. So it's like, what are we saying he's guilty for? What did he do? Now, I personally want Diddy to go to prison because of all this other stuff that we heard of him doing. But what did he do all that? Because wouldn't that have come up in the trial right now? I want y'all to think about all this stuff we heard about Diddy, y'all. All this stuff we heard about Diddy.
Got hit with 5 new lawsuits. So let's go ahead and deep dive each one of these right now. And of course, we are going to start off with one of the most shocking ones. And this is claims from a 13-year-old child at the time of this abuse. This woman.
Nobody's talking about the 1-3 tadpoles that did all this, that he did all this stuff. It's not. So it's like, if this right here isn't a part of the trial, what is he guilty for?
Filed a lawsuit against Diddy claiming that she was 13 years old when she was drugged and SA'd at a house party with Diddy. Back on September 7th in 2000, she was 13 years old and had a friend drop her off at Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could.
Where was that? Like, all these different things. Right. The 1-3 was already discredited. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. So it's like, and then somebody said, well, he's guilty of trafficking. Dudes. See, the thing about the trafficking charge is they were dudes. They weren't tadpoles. They weren't innocent women handcuffed to the bed. They were dudes. Who gives a damn about a dude? So the probable cause, the perception, the thought process of the severity of the offense isn't there. So it's not that, or what, it's not about what, did he do something illegal? Did he commit a crime? See, there's a difference between doing something illegal versus committing a crime, y'all. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know it's illegal to speed? If you ever got caught speeding, if you ever ran a red light, that's illegal. But you didn't commit a crime. Put a 1 in the chat, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat, y'all understand what I'm saying. You can do something illegal without committing a crime. So you can talk shit to police like, yo, I ain't do nothing, kill my ass, right? That's illegal. But if the police officer does not say, I'm taking you to jail for, blah, 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 for talking to me like that, you didn't commit a crime. So we all can do or have done illegal things, but we all have not committed crimes. So all the things that Diddy has done, yes, is illegal. But did he commit a crime? Where is the crime? Transporting a dude from one city to one state to another to sleep with your girl is against the law. But did he commit a crime? Is that a crime? What's up, Pammy Pam? The answer is no. If I get with Pammy Pam and I hit her up in a DM and I'm like, yo, Pammy Pam, let me fly you out. And when we get here, I'm clapping them cheeks. To a certain degree, that can be looked at as illegal because I'm transporting her from wherever she is to here for the specific thought process of clapping cheeks. But did I commit a crime? No. We all done did that. Some of y'all women done committed crime. Some of y'all done flew a dude somewhere. That's not committing a crime. So everything that Diddy did was illegal, but everything he did wasn't committing a crime. So because of this, there's no way in hell all 12 jurors and all 12 jurors have to agree on a guilty verdict. There's no way in hell all 12 jurors are going to hear Cassie say, well, I was there for 13 years and I had fun and I did this, I did that, A, B, and C. All 12 jurors are not going to look at the Jane Doe saying, hey, you pay my rent, you still pay my rent to this day. I love you. And with Cassie, why did you not leave? Well, the reason why I left was because Diddy, who was this terrible slave owner, the only reason why I left was because he would not marry me. Huh? I thought he was this terrible slave owner. You wanted him to marry you? You wanted him to love you more than he loved Kim Porter? Yeah, I wanted him to love me. Huh? Yeah, the reason why I left was because at Kim Porter's funeral, he literally said that Kim Porter was the woman that he loved the most ever in life, or something like that. She was his soulmate or something. And she was like, nigga, we over here doing all these freak offs and doing all this something. And she was your soulmate? I'm out. Oh, so that means you can leave. Yeah, I can leave. I thought you was set. I thought you was handcuffed to the railings. You just left because you. So and then the Jane Doe, he paid my rent, he paid my bills, he paid this, he paid that, and I wanted to be special, just like Cassie wanted to be special. Wait, so you were not there against your will? You wanted to be, yeah. And that bitch, remember that bitch, what's her name? Young Miami. Wait, you were mad at Young Miami because he was taking her on boat trips and taking her on the yacht? But if he's this terrible slave owner, why were you jealous of him being a slave owner of another person? How is this man a slave owner and a terrible person when all of y'all are literally ready to fight each other? Do y'all remember that Cassie and the other girl that looked just like Cassie, what was the girl's name? What was the girl's name that Cassie was mad at that looked just like Cassie, the Chinese little girl? I forgot her name. What was the Chinese looking girl that did not show up for court? What was her name? They were beefing. Why is Cassie beefing with another person? Because they all wanted to be Diddy's wife. Diddy never got married. Come on, y'all. Tina, I forgot her name. Gina, yeah, thank you. Gina, thank you. Thank you, keep it up, Lou. Gina. She was beefing with Gina. So Cassie was beefing with Gina, but was whining about being this, you know, like she was under the goddamn in the basement or some shit. And then Jane Doe was beefing with Young Miami because she was mad at Young Miami because she was going on trips with Diddy, and Jane Doe was stuck doing freak offs. And then Brandon Paul comes up there and says, no. What is the jury going to say? The jury can't convict Diddy. Not all 12 of them. They can't. They can't. They can't. So let's get back to these videos, and I'll show y'all the other side, because I got some people that are saying in these videos that they can convict Diddy. So let's go. Everybody hit the thumbs up button, and everybody who just came in, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at, and share this video, and drop popcorn emojis in the chat.
And the other assistant, Jonathan Perez, where Jonathan Perez is introducing him to Baby Girl. In the text, Baby Girl was asking Brendan if the stuff he wanted was for him or Diddy, and he said it's for Diddy, but don't tell anyone that. Asked how he paid for substances, he said that it was paid in cash and he would either get it from the Gucci bag or security. Asked if Diddy ever made him take substances, he said yes, and he did it because he wanted to prove his loyalty. He was then asked about Wild King Nights, and he said it would involve Diddy, his significant others, substances, and sex. He confirmed that Jane Doe did participate in Wild King Nights, but when asked if Diddy's other girlfriends did, he said that I'm not aware of. In terms of his job, he said it was to set up, clean up, and he would wear gloves for sanitary reasons. He also confirmed that once Cassie's lawsuit came out, the Wild King Nights stopped happening at hotels and would happen at homes. The prosecutor showed the jury several text messages between him and KK where they would arrange, or she would let him know, that Wild King Night was happening. Asked how he would know what to buy for these nights, he said we had a shared document in the Notes app. In terms of the Astroglide, he said it was the property manager who was responsible for that, but he didn't think that that manager was good at doing it, so he sent a photo on how to set up the room. When asked how he put in to get the cash, he said Robin at TriStar, which again, Robin Greenhill. They then showed the jury a photo of him being arrested, and he confirmed that was the day that he got arrested, and also confirmed that the snow was not his, but Diddy's. He said when he got arrested, he did not tell law enforcement that it wasn't his that day because of loyalty. He said that the charges against him were dropped because I have a good lawyer. Ryan Steele then came up for cross-examination, and he said handling substances was a minor part of his job. When asked if he was a DRUG mule, he said,
"We meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time."
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out. after
durable.
Hey,
And just so y'all know, I'm about to roll out a new card game. So both of my card games right here are on sale for a new low price. So if you ever thought about buying a card game, but you was like, well, I can't afford them because they were too expensive, go click the blue link in the chat right now. Click the blue link in the chat right now and get your card games. They are at a new low price. They are at the lowest price they've ever been. So hit the link. If you see the blue link in the chat, click the link and get your card games, get 2 or whatever, or go under this video and you'll see the card games under this video. And I have a course that will help you change your attachment style. That's only $15. So everybody make sure, whether you bought a card game before or not, click the blue link under this video, over this video, or in the chat right now, or click the picture of the card games under this video. Everything is at a new low price because I'm about to roll out a new card game. So everybody hit the link, hit the link, hit the link, and check out what I got for y'all, because everybody did not buy all 3 products. So get the product that you have not already bought, because that is at a new low price for a limited time, probably for a couple weeks. But hit the link, hit the link, hit the link. All right.
him were dropped because I have a good lawyer. Ryan Steele then came up for cross-examination and he said handling substances was a minor part of his job. When asked if he was a DRUG mule, he said absolutely not. When asked if he thought Wild King Nights was personal time for Diddy, he said, I considered it to be like an escape. He testified that he believed it was Diddy's personal time to be alone with Jane Doe. He also said that he spoke to Jane Doe every time before a Wild King Night and almost every time afterward and never felt like she was hesitant or not a willing participant. When asked if he would work for a criminal, he said,
Y'all heard that, right? She never acted like she was hesitant or she wasn't a willing participant.
He said no because he cares about his reputation. Ryan Steele then asks him, you were arrested for 27 grams, barely personal use. It was a mistake, right? Yes.
27 grams. 27 grams, y'all. And just think about the jury. The jury's sitting there like, he was arrested with 27 grams? What are we doing here? 27 grams, y'all?
And the case was dismissed? Yes. When asked if substances made Diddy more focused, he said he got extremely creative. Then said for the most part, he had good experiences working for Diddy, and that was it with cross-examination. During redirect, the prosecutor tried really hard to ask, what do you think was happening during Wild King Nights? But it kept getting objected and sustained. Asked, were you there? He said, no. What did you think $5,000 were for? Objected, sustained. You give Diddy $5,000 in cash in any other context? No. And you said you wouldn't work for a criminal, but you bought substances for him? Yes, more than 5 times, less than 10. Asked, how do you feel about Diddy? He said, it's complicated, and that's where they ended. Next is Special Agent Joseph Cerciello, and I will be back with his testimony.
We still have Brendan Paul on the stand this morning, and this man isn't holding shit back. He's spilling the beans on P. Diddy. Let's get into his testimony. Is this your chat with baby girl? What is happening? Jonathan Perez is introducing me to baby girl. She asked me, is it for you or Puff? I replied, Puff, but tell anyone it's for me. Why? Puff is high profile, so we used aliases. How did you pay for the rugs? Cash, from the Gucci bag or security, usually Fahim. In this text message, what is flowers? Mary Jane. Did you also call it trees? Yes. Here Fahim tells me, I'll get paid back once Duke comes on shift. Did Mr. Combs have you take rugs? Yes, to test his tussie. Did you want to take it? I wanted to prove my loyalty. What were Wild King Nights? Mr. Combs and significant others. Rugs and relations. Did Jane participate in Wild King Nights? Yes. Did Mr. Combs' other girlfriends participate in Wild King Nights? Not that I'm aware of. Who called them Wild King Nights? KK. I'd just say he's going to hotels. Did Mr. Combs stop using hotels and move them to the residences? Yes, after Cassie's lawsuit. What did you do? Clean up after. What does this say? That Jane's coming in, Brendan is setting it up. Wild King Night probable. Where did you make the reservation? Nabo. Where was this Wild King Night? Jane's residence. I wrote, running to Walmart for them. KK asked, Wild King mode active or Gucci bag active? What did you say? Between the two. KK knew it all.
Paul has just left the stand in the Diddy trial, and here's what we learned. Brendan Paul was initially hired to work on food and workout planning for the mogul. He ended up, however, buying DRUGS, setting up and cleaning up freak-off rooms where he said he wore gloves. Because we all know it wasn't sanitary up in there. That he was a very loyal assistant of Combs, stating that he didn't even snitch on Combs when he was arrested for possession of DRUGS. He actually had, because he had been cleaning up Combs' room and forgot that he left the DRUGS in his bag. Brendan said that he would go for days without sleep. He said he could handle it because he was young. He stated that it was serious working for Combs, that Combs even compared his staff to SEAL Team 6. That's wild. That he was fired multiple times, although Christina, Combs' chief of staff, told Brendan to ignore it, that it would blow over. And testified he was given directions on what rugs to buy. It was a pharmacy assortment. He even at one time was told that he should buy Xanax. He didn't have a prescription to buy that. Now, on cross-examination, the defense tried to undermine Brendan's activities by defining that Brendan was only buying enough DRUGS for personal use of Sean P. Diddy Combs. And while that may be true for Brendan, multiple people, based on testimony we've heard so far, have bought DRUGS for Combs. Brendan's testimony on freak-off nights was confusing. He said that Jane wasn't forced into them. Then he also went in to say he wasn't inside any of the hotel rooms. So his knowledge level on this is limited at best, at least in my opinion. Brendan seems like he got caught up doing the job, stating that he even did DRUGS with Combs, again to prove his loyalty. Testimony still seems fairly important, again because Brendan is the only person that actually had some level of criminal consequence working for the hip-hop mogul, at least so far anyway. It's going to be interesting to see how the prosecution ties all of this together. It's already very clear that the defense is ready to undermine it.
Diddy is not praying to the right one because, baby, I got a double hitter for you. This is Brandon Paul. Brandon Paul is allegedly Diddy's little DRUG.
And I want y'all, let's be the jury today. After hearing all of this testimony, we're going to say either innocent, or we're going to say either guilty or not guilty. All right. So we need 12 people in the chat that is going to be a part of the jury. So put the hand emoji up if you want to be part of the social media jury. So drop a hand emoji up and let me know if you want to be a part of the jury. And then we're going to do a jury deliberation after these videos. And then y'all are either going to say guilty or not guilty. Put a hand emoji up if you want to be part of the jury.
Mule, yes, you are reading this right. Wow, the feds were raiding Diddy's home. Mr. Brandon Paul was being picked up by Miami-Dade police and Homeland Security. Now we know what all the pacing was for. Everybody kept saying that Diddy wasn't the person they were after. Well, we know who they were looking for. Now, if you go back to the lawsuit Little Rod filed, it will tell you that Brandon Paul is one of Diddy's right-hand men. He is the one that gets all the little pills for everybody. And
I want to tell you, we've been on here for a good 45 minutes, and thank y'all so much. Y'all are buying the shit out of my card games, and as you already know, over the address, I'm printing out the tracking labels, the shipping labels as we speak. So thank y'all for buying the card game. Y'all, about 12 of y'all on bought already. So thank y'all so much. Keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. The link to buy the card games on sale is in the chat and is under this video. Thank y'all so much. I'm printing out shipping labels right now as we speak. So I'm going to send them out right after the show.
make sure that Diddy has them on hand 24/7. And he does not just supply them the Diddy. He makes sure that they have them for every party. So all the servers could allegedly pour them out to everybody and put them in drinks. They are collecting all of Diddy's little friends so they can all rat on him at the same time. And we all know Brandon is not finna stay silent. He better start talking. While all that's going on, Diddy has sold off his shares of Revolt. According to TMZ, Diddy is no longer associated with Revolt TV in any form or fashion. Now, sources say Diddy sold off his shares of Revolt TV to someone who was interested. But yes, it is still black owned. It's like the house is crumbling down. The way Diddy is moving, he is preparing for a fight. He's put everything in his kids' names, allegedly. He's sold off his shares of Revolt TV. He's left the damn country. This man is ready for a fight. But he gonna lose.
The way that everybody turned on Sean Combs, I don't think he gonna call any witnesses when it's his turn. Now, Brendan Paul, who happened to be a former assistant of Sean Combs, who received immunity, had just finished his testimony. Now, the majority of our coverage for this case is over on Facebook, but I'm going to read this testimony today because I thought it was interesting. Prosecutor, do you recognize this person? And proceeds to show Brendan Paul a picture of somebody in a tuxedo. Brendan said, Sean Combs, I worked for him until I was arrested in Florida airport for possession of booger sugar in my personal assistant bag. Prosecutor, and why was it there? Paul, I was sweeping Mr. Combs' room. Means like after Mr. Combs had done what he had did, he was clearing the room out. Prosecutor, and how did you come to work for Mr. Combs? Brendan says through Revolt. And somebody by the name of Ellie Moran, I hope I'm saying their name correctly. He said he told me, get in and get out. If you have a girlfriend, break up with her. You'll never see her. Prosecutor, did you interview? Paul says late October of 2022 at this address seen above. And prosecutor, and how were you greeted there? Paul said my ID was scanned and I had to sign an NDA. Somebody by the name of Frankie Santilla and Kristen Karam was there. Prosecutor, and did they hire you? Paul says yes. I would pack a lot of joints in the garage. Prosecutor, and when did you meet Mr. Combs? Paul says KK or Kristen Karam came to the garage and told me to come in to a listening party in the backyard and take notes. Prosecutor, and what was KK's role? Paul says chief of staff, help me out with the family. Prosecutor, did KK use Mr. Combs' phone? Paul says yes. Prosecutor, and how many assistants did Mr. Combs have? Paul says, at first 5, and then 4, and then 2. And given my college basketball background, I helped Mr. Combs in workouts. Prosecutor, who is this? Proceeds to show him a picture. He says Jonathan Perez. Prosecutor, and this? Paul says, Butler Frank Rodriguez. Prosecutor, and what did Mr. Combs and Butler do? Paul says, stand next to Puff. Give him water, chapstick, whatever he needed. Prosecutor, did you have a group chat with KK? Paul says yes. Prosecutor, turn to the binder and flip through. Prosecutor, who is this? Paul says, somebody by the name of Fareem. We called him F or Fa. Prosecutor, and what was your salary? Paul said, started at $75,000 and then $100,000. I got paid bi-weekly by Mr. Combs' enterprise. Prosecutor, and where did you live? Paul says an Airbnb in LA and in Miami. Prosecutor, and where did KK stay? Paul said in LA, an apartment 4 minutes from this address seen above, in Miami, and in Two Star Island. I'm assuming that's an apartment of some sort. Prosecutor, did you accompany Mr. Combs to paid club appearances? Paul says yes. He would ask for $150,000 cash, and they would have to sell things for him. Prosecutor, and what did you do to stay awake? Paul said prescription Adderall and sometimes booger sugar. Prosecutor, what was your job? Paul says to make Mr. Combs was always happy. He'd say, I don't take no for an answer. He told us to move like SEAL Team 6. Prosecutor, did Mr. Combs fire you? Paul says yes, for getting his Lululemon fanny pack when he went on a walk. He said, I don't want to see your face anymore. Tell KK you're fired. Prosecutor, and what did you do? Paul says, I bought a Lululemon fanny pack, get it in and lay low. Prosecutor, and did you ever complain to HR? Paul says, no, that wasn't a thing. Prosecutor, and why not? Paul said, HR forgot to pull my federal taxes for my first 8 months. You just go to Mr. Combs. Prosecutor, and did Mr. Combs use drugs? Paul says, yes, ecstasy, booger sugar, and more. Prosecutor, and what is this photo? And then proceeds to show him a photo. Paul says, my hand with ecstasy and 2C, whatever that is, and pink booger sugar. Prosecutor, and why did you take this photo? Paul said, to ask staff what to do with it after I found it. I was told to put it in his bag. Prosecutor, and did you buy marijuana for him? Paul said, yes. Prosecutor, well, from whom? Paul said, Philip Pine, puff like sunset sherbet. I guess that's the strand of weed he liked. Prosecutor, and who were the other drug dealers Mr. Combs used? Paul said somebody by the name of One Stop, Guido, Baby Girl, and I think it's spelled OEI or OEI. Prosecutor, who is this? Paul says, funny smile on a face in a photo. Prosecutor, is this your chat with Baby Girl, the other rug dealer?
Her are driving me crazy. I know I'm not the best reader, but god damn, you got to edit this out if you're just going to keep saying over and over again.
What is happening? Paul says, Jonathan Perez is introducing me to Baby Girl. See,
I'm live, so I don't want to say either, but if I say it's because I'm live, but goddamn shit.
She asked me, is it for you? And Puff replied, but to tell anyone who it's for. Basically, don't tell them it's for me, tell them it's for you. Prosecutor, why? Paul says Puff is high profile, so we used aliases. Prosecutor, did Mr. Combs use Cialis? Let me Google that. It's for erectile dysfunction.
Everybody, let's go crazy on these card games. All of y'all are buying. Let's keep up the momentum. Let's go crazy on these card games. Hit the link. I want to just show y'all my appreciation. Everybody's just buying card games left and right. Go crazy on these card games. Let's get the 20 card games sold on this live stream. I think that'd be I've sold 20 card games before, but that was when I had 6,000 people watching, live watching. But let's get the 20 card games sold. No, I sold 30 card games that time, but let's get 20 card games sold. Let's go. Click the link under this video or click the link in the chat. Click the link. Just go to the link. You see the blue link, or go under this video. just go to there and check out what I got and buy something. And I'm telling you now that the course, the $15 course, is life-changing. Just go buy something.
Prosecutor, your message to Love Red Phone, what does that mean? Paul says, I called Puff Love. His red phone was personal and the business was yellow. Prosecutor, and what did he text you? Paul said Xans for Xanax. Prosecutor, and how did you pay for these rugs? Paul said cash from a Gucci bag or security, usually Fahim. Prosecutor, in this text, what is flowers? Paul said flowers is marijuana. Prosecutor, did you also call it tree? Paul says tree. Here Fahim tells me to get back paid once Duke comes on shift. Prosecutor, and did Mr. Combs have you take RUGS? Paul says yes, to test his.
Wait, so do we have our 12 jurors yet? Put a hand emoji up if you want to be one of the jurors, because at the end of these videos, we're going to do a deliberation and y'all are either going to say guilty or not guilty. Put a hand emoji up if you want to be one of the jurors. I think we got 2, maybe 3 people so far. So put a hand emoji up if you want to be one of the jurors, and we're going to deliberate after these videos. Put a hand emoji up, y'all. And I told 3074 says, who is KK? KK is Christina Coram, which is Diddy's main assistant. Christina Coram. That is Diddy's main assistant.
Pussy, whatever that is. Prosecutor, did you want to take them? Paul says, oh, I wanted to prove my loyalty. Prosecutor, and what were Wild King nights? Paul said Mr. Combs and significant others with rugs and sex. Prosecutor, did Jane participate in Wild King's nights? Paul says yes. Jane was the previous person who had testified for about 6 days. I think they had labeled her as
who was getting her rent paid by Diddy, who is now getting her rent paid by Diddy.
Someone who had came kind of overlapped with Cassie. Prosecutor, did Mr. Combs' other girlfriends participate in Wild King's nights? Paul says, not that I am aware of. Prosecutor, who called them Wild King's nights? Paul said KK. I just say he's going to hotels. Prosecutor, did Mr. Combs stop using hotels and move them to residencies? Paul says yes, after Cassie's lawsuit. Prosecutor, and what did you do? Paul said clean up after. Prosecutor, and what does this say? I guess he proceeds to show him something. Paul says, that's Jane coming in. Brendan is setting up Wild King's nights probable. Prosecutor, and where did you make reservations? Paul said at Nobu. Gosh, I've been to Nobu. Prosecutor, and where were the Wild King's nights? Paul said at Jane's residency. I wrote, running to Walmart for you. Prosecutor, KK asked, Wild King's nights mode active or Gucci bag active. What did that say?
Active? What?
Paul said between the two. Prosecutor, and how did you know what to buy Mr. Combs for Wild King nights? Brendan said, we had a shared document in the notes app. Prosecutor, who was responsible for Astroglide? Paul said the property manager. I didn't think the 200 South Mapleton manager was.
So I'm going to keep playing it, but do y'all see that this is just a whole bunch of bullshit? And I don't mean bullshit as in like it's unfair because I'm against Diddy, but they're just rambling on. Like, who gives a damn about Astroglide? Did he do it or did he not do it? I want y'all to think about that. The whole testimony is, did you buy Astroglide? Who gives a shit? Like, what is happening here? If I hear one more thing about baby oil or Astroglide, who cares? It's like all they care about is Astroglide and baby oil. Like, what the hell? The shit is annoying, y'all. Like, goddamn.
Good. So, photo, I don't know what that means. Brendan goes on to say, I took a photo.
Oh, thank you so much, Pammy Pam. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Cash App, scroll across the bottom of the screen. $ AARON 1000. $ AARON 1000. Buy me lunch. Pam just bought me lunch for the day, but buy me dinner. Drop the Cash App, $AARN 1000. Buy a card game. The card games are at a discounted rate. The price is going to go back up, but the prices are at a discounted rate because I know a lot of y'all bought one of these card games. I'm trying to get you to buy the other card game. So hit the like button and hit the link under this video or in the chat and run it up on these card games. And super chats are open also if you want
to show the manager how to lay out the Astroglide in the bathroom.
Like, I never in my life, and I haven't seen a lot of testimonies, so I'm just saying that, I've never in my life heard a whole jury talk about Astroglide and baby oil ever in life. Like, even on TV. You know, we've all seen the TV shows and shit. But goddamn, man, it is proving that they don't have nothing on Diddy, and all they want to do is prove that Diddy is guilty of buying Astroglide. Cause, like, goddamn, man, how many times we gonna talk about Astroglide? This is a federal case, and all they got to talk about is fucking Astroglide. Yes. Buy me some salmon and broccoli, because y'all already know salmon is extremely expensive now.
Prosecutor, how'd you put in for the cash? He said at TriStar. Prosecutor, did Mr. Combs contact you from Wild Nights? Paul says yes, by voice notes or FaceTime. Now the defense comes in and immediately asks Paul, you were not just a drug mule, right? And then they object, judge overrules. Paul says, I was not just that. Mr. Steele, who is Sean Combs' defense attorney, says, it was a minor part of your job. Paul says, absolutely. Steele said personal use. Judge asked him to rephrase the question. Defense, the hotel nights were personal. Objection, rephrase. Steele says, it was Mr. Combs and Jane's relaxation, personal right from your observation. Paul says, yes. Defense, did you see Jane as hesitant? Paul said, no. Defense, if you saw non-consensual activity, you would not have worked there, right? Judge, prosecutor objects, judge sustains. Defense comes back and says, you would not have worked for a criminal, would you? Paul said, no. Defense, you care about your reputation? Paul says, yes. Defense, you were arrested for 27 grams, barely personal use. It was a mistake, right? Paul says, yes. Steele, and the case was dismissed? Paul says, yes. Steele, did drugs make Mr. Combs more focused? Paul says, he got extremely creative. Defense, as you sit here today, are you indebted to Mr. Combs? Paul says, good experiences for most part. And then they said no further questions.
Good experience for the most part. So all these people supposed to have gotten beat, R-worded, captured in the basement, kicked, prodded, poked, squirted in the face with GHB laced baby oil. And virtually every person that has gotten on the stand has said, I had a great experience. What? So how is the jury going to turn around and stand up and say guilty, put him in prison for life, when everybody who has testified had good ass experiences with the goddamn man? So let's do this. To the people who want to be a part of the jury, for anybody watching, say in the comments, guilty or not guilty. Because I have rested my case. I want to play something else, so don't leave. But right now, drop in the comments, guilty or not guilty, after watching the evidence that I have presented. And I'm going to play this video. Everybody right now, guilty or not guilty? And I'm going to play this video because this video is going to show you why I'm so pissed at all of this. All right. Y'all drop in the comments, guilty or not guilty, why I play this video. This shit is crazy.
Actually, like every time I walk past his house, and obviously the Playboy.
Do y'all this? Where are the tunnels? They want to sit around talking about Astroglide. Where are all the tunnels? Where are the tunnels?
Psychic medium, so I actually, like, every time I walk past his house, and obviously the Playboy Mansion's right there, and we know about the tunnels that connect from the Playboy Mansion
to here.
I'm sure they connect.
Where is this? We had all the proof. I would have convicted Diddy asses. I would have had all of them in prison if I was up there. Look at this shit. Diddy purchased a $40 million Homely Hills estate near the Playboy Mansion because of the tunnels. It was Jack Nicholson's old house. According to this story on Playboy, secret tunnels running from the Playboy Mansion to the homes of several nearby celebrities were constructed. The tunnels were beneath Los Angeles Country Club to homes of Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, Kirk Douglas, and James Caan. Diddy bought Jack Nicholson's house.
You and Jack Nicholson had your own secret passageway into the Playboy Mansion.
No.
Is that true?
Well, I think the story was printed that there was a tunnel.
Playboy.com staff members released some blueprints that they found a few years ago that show underneath the Playboy.
All right, y'all, I need 12 jurors. Y'all, drop your plea, guilty or not guilty. I'm tagging them now. Everybody watching, drop in the comments either guilty or not guilty. Guilty or not guilty. Drop in the comments, guilty or not guilty, y'all. I'm waiting on y'all comments. Some of y'all said it, but I need at least 12. Come on, y'all.
Playboy Mansion is a series of tunnels that were constructed to link Hugh Hefner's world-famous domicile to the home.
Why are they not talking about the goddamn tunnels? Like, not one time is anybody gonna talk about the tunnels? What the hell? Shit. What's up, Rodriguez, Jackson TV? What's going on?
Of Jack Nicholson, James Caan, Kirk Douglas, and Warren Beatty. The blueprints, which show that the construction project was built in the 70s and 80s, were discovered in the Playboy archives by staff writers looking for a juicy story.
Now dig this. A photo from the late 70s allegedly showing an excavation in progress beneath the mansion. And this one shows the newly discovered tunnel plans. Check out the bunny logo on the plywood wall.
The second time I met Oprah was at the Playboy Mansion. There's tunnels.
Where's Allie Carter? Why isn't Allie Carter on the stand? Why isn't Oprah subpoenaed? What is happening? I just don't understand. Where's Allie Carter? Why she ain't taking the stand?
There's tunnels under the Playboy Mansion that lead to celebrities' homes. All kind of celebrities' homes.
And we've caught them. We've caught them all. We've got it all on tape. We've caught them all. And by the way, you gave the idea for the Logan Act against General Flynn. You better take a look at that because we caught you in a sense. And President Obama was sitting in the office. He knew about it too. So don't tell me about a free transition.
And y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Take a second right now. Everybody, if you're enjoying this show, everybody take a second and everybody hit the like button. I'll take this banner off when we get at least 20 likes. Let's go right now. Everybody take a second and hit the like button. I'll take the banner off when we get at least 20 more likes. Because the likes, we got to get up. Come on. So everybody watching, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Come on, just take a second. I know y'all forgot. I'm not mad at y'all. Everybody, come on, y'all. I'll take the banner off when we get at least 20 more likes. 30 more likes. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button. Come on, y'all. Keep going. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's go. I'm watching. Let's go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this is a list of co-conspirators, y'all. So let's look at the people who are on this list. All right. So you got Warner Music, you got Leor Cohen, you got David Geffen, you got Rick Rubin, you got Russell Simmons, who's in another country, you got Clive Davis. Clive Davis. Like, where are all these people? And Jay-Z, why did they subpoena Jay-Z if Jay-Z is a co-conspirator? Jay-Z is a boogeyman right now. Where is Julie Greenwald? Where's Jimmy Iovine? Wait, I think Jimmy Iovine is dead, right? I think somebody killed Jimmy Iovine. Like, where are all these people? If these people were co-conspirators, why have they not been subpoenaed?
About how
I'm
people
just
just
saying,
keep digging stuff up on them.
Please tell the story.
Where's her? Where's the burrito, little white girl? The burrito girl. The burrito girl. Whatever. Little white burrito girl. What the hell is she? Where is all these people?
So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with the kids.
Yeah. She's old enough to testify. Where is she? All I'm saying is, where is the little white girl? Where is Allie Carter? Where are the tunnels? Where is all these co-conspirators? And why is it throughout this entire case, instead of asking them about were there tunnels, they're only asking them about what did he do with the Astroglide? Who gives a shit? So let's look at the jury deliberation. Everybody drop guilty or not guilty in the comments right now. Guilty, not guilty in the comments right now. Drop guilty or not guilty in the comments right now. All right, so we got not guilty, home by the end of summer 2025, so I guess that's not guilty. We got not guilty. We got not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. Guilty. Not guilty. That was only 10. Not guilty. Natalie, you already voted. Not guilty. Those are the 12. I think we got 10 not guilty and 2 guilty, or either 11 not guilty and 1 guilty. Tanisha says guilty. So, and this is a live stream of people who don't like Diddy. I don't like Diddy. Why isn't Lil Rod testifying? I agree. Cassie sued Diddy. She's testifying. Why the hell Lil Rod ain't testifying? I have the same co-conspirators took pleasure. Where is Oprah? She had kids. I don't want to say that. Allie Carter did an interview. They arrested her. The tunnels are real. Well, they're not a part of this case for whatever reason. And y'all got to remember, they raided his house and went down in the tunnels. They raided Diddy's house and went down in the goddamn tunnels. But now, ain't nobody talking about the goddamn tunnels. So, just looking at all the evidence, Diddy broke the law, but Diddy is not a criminal, according to the testimony. Another not guilty plea. Love Jackson says not guilty. Layla says guilty. So we got like 800 not guilty pleas and 3 guilty pleas so far. Yo, man, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's happening, but we failed because all of these videos that I've done talking about tunnels, talking about the tadpoles, talking about the what were the Gila girls? I forgot what the girl called them. The Geisha girls, you know, the parties, the Lil Rod testimony, all for nothing. Months and months and months of talking shit about Diddy for nothing. Not guilty again. Another person saying not guilty. Diddy Leonard keeps saying not guilty. Diddy Leonard, free Diddy. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. This is bad. Diddy's gonna go free. And even if it's a mistrial, they can retry him if it's a mistrial. But according to everything that I've seen thus far, it's over. Who say free Diddy because the feds really messed this case up? Yes. And remember I told you what's going to happen for anybody who did not hear me say it last time. Most likely what's going to happen is they are realizing that Diddy is about to go free. And I said this in another video, another live stream. Diddy's lawyers, Brian Steele, is going to do exactly what he did with Young Thug. He's going to throw the prosecution a bone and say, hey, we're demolishing you in this case. Diddy is about to walk. In order for you, the government, to not look stupid with egg on your face, I will give you Diddy for 1 calendar year and 1 calendar year after that of house arrest and 1 calendar year of anger management and drug rehab and 5 years of probation, and we all go home. You get your guilty conviction, and we go home. And that's it. That is what I predict to happen. What do y'all think? Because if they don't offer Diddy up with a guilty verdict, the jury is going to offer Diddy up with a not guilty verdict. And when I say offer Diddy up for a guilty verdict, it's literally to help the government save face. Because no lawyer wants to go or be on the government's bad side moving forward after this Diddy case. It's like if me and my friend are boxing, right? And I'm beating the shit out of my friend, but they're my friend. I'm not going to just demolish him. I'm going to let him get some hits in so it looks like it was a real fight, because I got to be seen with this dude out in the public. So when it comes to the government, you don't want the government to look stupid. You don't want the government to have egg on their face. You don't want the government to look so bad where they're embarrassed. No. So you got to give the government something. All right. We'll let Diddy just do a year in prison. What they saying, Pam? What they saying? Diddy been plotting and planning before this stuff happened. What they say, Pam? I don't see them saying nothing. Or unless I don't see it because it got restricted. Let's see. I don't see what anybody's saying. Let's see, delete it. Oh, okay. Pam, I see you. Thank you, Pam. I see you deleting comments. Do your thing. Yeah. So I see him. Thank you, Pam. You hold it down for me. Thank you. You hold it down for me like Cassie them hold it down for Diddy. Yeah, thank you for having my back. But yeah, man, I'm sorry to tell y'all that there's nowhere in hell that all 12 jurors are going to say guilty. Nowhere in hell. Mr. Let Go, if Diddy get convicted, I like Trump to pardon before. Ooh. And if he gets convicted, here comes Trump, who's probably going to pardon him. Sorry, Dickie Leonard, you can't say blank head. Sorry. That wasn't a crazy comment, but you can't say blank head because YouTube deleted your comment. Mr. Let Go, what are the chances that the judge will dismiss the charges if there's a mistrial? I don't know. I don't know that one. That's a good question. Let's see. Can you get I got you. Hold on. If there's a mistrial, can there be a totally new trial after the mistrial with Diddy? I'm just trying to see. Yes. If a mistrial is declared, a new trial can be held. A mistrial essentially means the original trial was determined before the verdict was reacted, and the legal process starts over. So there could be a mistrial. I think the best thing that can happen for us who actually want Diddy to go to prison is for it to be a mistrial so they can start all the way over. Because as of right now, Diddy's not guilty of all the shit. And like I said, he did things that are illegal, but he is not a criminal. He broke the law, but Diddy is not a criminal. And that is my point. So I'm out, y'all. I'm mad because virtually every single person that came on stand is either lying or either capping or telling the truth or whatever. But they all are saying, yo, man, I had fun with Diddy. I got all kinds of ass hanging out with Diddy. I flew on private jets, clapped cheeks, and I had fun hanging out with Diddy. Diddy paid my rent. I was in love with Diddy. I was jealous of this person, but at the end of the day, Diddy is just a freak, and there are no tunnels. Ali Carter was lying. Jaguar Wright was lying. Everybody was lying on Diddy as of right now, because why isn't Jaguar Wright testifying? Ali Carter, the little white girl, the Burrito girl, is over. It's over, y'all. So I want to do, put a 1 in the chat. Y'all want me to do a live stream about whether we're going to war or not real quick. And I may come back and talk about that because I got a lot to say about that. Because it looks like we may be going to war in a couple days or whatever. But put a 1 in the chat. Y'all want me to do a separate live stream about the World War III possibility. Put a 1 in the chat. Y'all want me to do. Put it in the comments right now. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to do a separate live stream about the World War III possibility. The district attorney only have 2 shots of convicting a defendant. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that, because I didn't know that. Thank you. A lot of people who said Diddy has no chance to beat these charges are saying Diddy is not guilty. Exactly. Because like I said, the young people, the tadpoles, the geisha girls. Rudy says, please come back. Okay. Just everything. And then another thing, we can't even prove that Diddy is gay. Like, we can't even prove Diddy is gay because not one person said Diddy, like, did anything with a dude. Not saying that we want to prove that, but we haven't proved anything, any assertion or insertion that we had on Diddy has been proven to be true. No assertion or insertion about anything that Diddy is I don't know, y'all. If they find Diddy shut down Hollywood, if they find Diddy guilty, shut down Hollywood. I don't know, y'all. You leave too soon, Mr. Lego. Well, I'm just saying, you know, because I'm be real with you. I would come on here and do a 5-hour live stream if I got more super chats, cash apps, you know, more donations or whatever. I definitely would stay on here. You know what I'm saying? So I would, but I got money to make. I got to go do some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I would love to do a longer live stream because I used to do them. You know, I used to be on here for like 4 hours, but you know, I can't make nobody contribute. So if y'all contribute, I'll stay longer. But it's up to y'all. I can't make y'all contribute. You feel me? So it's on y'all. So yes, I will be on here longer. I will do longer live streams. But you know, if I'm not getting contributions, I've gotten contributions. I've gotten people to buy the card games, right? So I appreciate y'all. But y'all know what I mean. Cash apps, super chats, shit like that keeps anybody, not just me, anybody on a live stream. So just keep that in mind in the future. If any of y'all want to see the live stream continue to go on for another hour or two, cash apps and super chats. And that's for anybody that you watch. Nobody's just going to be on here for like 4 hours and, you know, ain't nobody did no cash apps and super chats. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Pam, for the cash app, though. So, yeah, I will do longer live streams if I got more contributions. But that is all up to y'all. I ain't going to tell y'all do nothing to make y'all do nothing. So that's on y'all. So if y'all want to keep me on here, y'all got to contribute more. But I will talk to y'all later. I'm going to do another live stream about war. So talk to y'all later. And before y'all go, make sure to buy my card game.
Game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game. Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna
really
get wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.